Roman Reigns WWE salary revealed. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Since John Cena became a part-timer to devote his time to his Hollywood career, the iconic face of WWE has become Roman Reigns thanks to his amazing feats in the ring. Despite his immense talent and total dedication to this business, the tribal chief had to work harder than expected to gain the approval of fans who initially had a hostile attitude towards him. Reigns continued to work harder than ever to convince WWE Universe that he was the right man to represent the company. And he succeeded in this feat, becoming a reference backstage and starting a reign as world champion that broke several records, ending only at WrestleMania XL last year. Following his loss to the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in the biggest event on the calendar, Roman has continued to play a prominent role within the Stamford promotion, and his in-ring appearances have become more frequent even since Monday Night Raw made its official Netflix debut earlier this year. The former world champion participated in the main event of WrestleMania 41 Night 1, in which he faced Seth Rollins and CM Punk in a dream match that ended with the victory of the Visionary, propitiated by the fundamental help of Paul Heyman. After the showcase of the Immortals, WWE management has given Reigns a rest, and it is not yet clear when he will return to the ring. Although he is no longer a world champion, the former member of The Shield continues to be the highest-paid star on the roster, and his annual salary amounts to about $15 million. Roman's base salary is $5 million, plus earnings from MAEUP matches, contracts with video games like WWE, 2K, and other bonuses. According to the latest rumors, TKO considers Reigns' salary a bit too much and would like to renegotiate his contract. As everyone knows, WWE is trying to cut costs at this stage, and the latest wave of releases has been a clear testament to this will. In the world of pro wrestling, multiple components come together to hit the chord of perfection. One of the key ones out of the many is definitely optics. How one looks, what are the impacts of a phenomenal optic, it determines how good a match is going to be. Pro wrestlers with good optics have always been the topic of hot discussions, whether it is The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, or The Undertaker. Ever since the world started spinning around style, if there is one element that has been key in shaping up the optics of the entire planet, it is one's hair. Whether it is Thor of the Marvel Universe flaunting his golden blonde hair, or the Joker of the Dark Knight, good hair has always been something to brag about. Fans of pro wrestling would certainly know that the likes of Triple H, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and the ones who have flaunted long hair, or still do so, would walk in with wet hairdos. One of the most obvious questions that would follow that: why was this necessary? Does it enhance a wrestler somehow? It looks like former WWE superstar Maven has the answer. In what was a question and answer session on his own YouTube channel, Maven K. Huffman opened up on the wet hair mystery. Huffman said that it looks better with wet hair. He pointed out that every match he was in, just before wrestlers would walk into the ring, they would be dumping all their water bottles over their heads. He further added that if a punch is being thrown in the ring and one reacts to it, that quick reaction would lead to water droplets flying. Then everyone would be wondering if the punch that was thrown caught the other in the ring. With the water droplets flying, it definitely looked like there was a strong connection, of course. Over the years, WWE has witnessed different kinds of hairstyles, with long hair being one of the most predominant. From the Phenom to Rob Van Dam, from the Hardy Boys to Kane, prior to his unmasked look, from Rikishi to Shawn Michaels, this water trick simply suits it perfectly. In the current days, with the new camera equipment in place, where every single frame that is being captured tells a story, it gets even better. Talking about long-haired superstars for the ones unversed, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who has always been the poster boy of bald superstars, also sported long and blonde hair back in his wee days in the company. Coachman believes that it is the power struggle between the two superstars that has led to lifelong friction. The cerebral assassin and the most electrifying superstar in entertainment history have definitely provided the super bouts that fans would always look forward to back in their heyday. However, now with bigger scenes in the mix, things are falling apart as per Coachman.Hunter came under serious fire when R-Truth was released last week. In recent times, Truth became one of the WWE Universe's favorites, owing to his comic skills. However, 2 consecutive releases in the form of Truth and Braun Strowman has simply jeopardized Triple H's position, Former WWE champion Sheamus claimed that with the growing popularity of Truth, he would be back in no time whatsoever, a move that might just ease up Triple H's life. A current AEW star has fired some surprising shots at Roman Reigns and The Rock. Ricochet is no stranger to making controversial comments. Given his current AEW gimmick, the high flyer can often be seen trolling on social media. Over the past few weeks, he has remained in character and has fired shots at WWE. Recently, Will Ospreay commented that the bar in AEW has been set too high for any former WWE star to walk into the promotion. The one and only agreed with Ospreay's comments. A fan then pointed out that Roman Reigns and The Rock could walk into AEW and instantly become stars. To this, Ricochet commented that he would have them in catering in a week. Speaking on Lucha Libre Online, former WWE commentator Hugo Savinovich broke down Reigns' rumored $15 million per year salary. He said that the company won't release him, but will renegotiate his contract due to TKO's cost-cutting measures across the board. And TKO? They're cutting costs across the board. We've seen recent releases, and there are rumors of more. Remember when Nick Khan, a major WWE exec, announced he was selling $4 million worth of stock? That raised eyebrows. TKO is saying, Roman's not around full-time. Why are we paying him so much? So they want to renegotiate. HT Ringside News. Ever since his arrival in WWE, it was clear as day that Roman Reigns was going to be a huge star. He was also presented in such a way from the very beginning. The company's investment in the Tribal Chief paid off as he embarked on one of the most legendary WWE title reigns of the modern era. Given his dominance in the ring, not many WWE stars have pinned Reigns in the past few years. However, there are a few stars who pinned him before he began his dominating run as the Tribal Chief. And some of those stars are currently signed to AEW. Hence, we will look at 3 big AEW stars who have pinned Reigns during their time in WWE. Jon Moxley started his WWE main roster run along with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as part of The Shield. The trio dominated WWE for a couple of years before they imploded after Seth betrayed the group. Following this, all 3 men went their separate ways, but Mox and Reigns teamed up several times. However, at Battleground 2016, all 3 members of The Shield faced off in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. It looked like Reigns would win after he hit Rollins with a spear. However, Moxley entered the ring and hit the big dog with his finishing move and pinned him to win the match. When we talk about some of the biggest WWE superstars in the modern scene, many names can be put on the list. The likes of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and many more will surely go down as someone who bring a lot to the table. However, none can come close to or even match the charisma of Roman Reigns. Ever since he became the head of the table, every fan has acknowledged him as the greatest wrestling persona. Hence, his earning the fattest paycheck in the company was the most sensible news that fans read in a long time. However, learning that the OTC earned only $15 million annually was hard to believe. Luckily, Hugo Savinovich explained his contract, which still makes the WBE star's earnings feel like a modest sum from the fans' perspective. There's no denying that under the creative reign of Paul Triple H Levesque, WWE has gained a massive resurgence in popularity, and he has been actively making efforts to improve the standard of living of its locker room talent, which includes a bigger paycheck and a safer in-ring experience. This was possible with more engaging storylines and signing promising wrestlers that would glue the viewers to their screens. That said, ahead of WrestleMania 41, a list was released featuring the 3 biggest attractions of the wrestling promotion brand. The #1 spot was claimed by the OTC, Roman Reigns, who earned a paycheck as huge as his stature,